So without any further ado, I'm going to bring up a newbie to our crowd, a Sox fan. I gotta admit, came to Kendall County Central Committee first time with this petition, and I was like, who's this guy? And then I went home and I just kept seeing these lives of Matt Dubiel. I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. So we have him here this afternoon. He's going to be hopping on the Bailey bus and heading to Beecher, correct?
I'm going to follow.
Follow the bus. Cool. All right, so without any further ado, I got Matt here for United States Senate.
Hi, everybody. Do I need to turn the Sox hat around? Am I offending anybody? No. So my wife Michelle is here, and my daughter Stella is 10, and she's here. And Michelle and I started campaigning for United States Senate by getting petitions signed. So when you run for office, we didn't know this because we had never done this before. You run for office, especially for a statewide office like governor or senator or attorney general, you have to get over 3,000 signatures from the public to get permission to be on the ballot. So Michelle and I, we're not connected to these political organizations and these GOPs and stuff, which is, we've learned is a good thing. And so we went to these trucker rallies, the convoys, and we went to some parades. And one of the parades we went to was in Manhattan. And it was cold out. It was really cold out. And I had a Sox sweatshirt on and a Sox hat, and I thought I was in good shape because we're on the south side. They did not like it at all, but they still signed the petition. And they signed the petition even though I'm a Sox fan, because I started just talking to them about just like some basic common sense American stuff. Like, we should not be quarantining healthy children. Yeah? We shouldn't be putting masks on healthy children. The parents should be in charge of their education, not these crazy woke administrators in the school. And so we just started talking about these things with regular people, and the regular people really started to respond to it because we're just regular people. In fact, we started this. Anybody ever thought about moving out of Illinois? Anybody thought? Oh man. And just keep your hand up if you thought about it. Okay, anybody that didn't think about it, do you know somebody that thought about it? Yeah, that's pretty much 100%. So in full transparency, Michelle and I, by the way, again, if you didn't hear in the back, my name is Matt Dubiel, and I'm running for United States Senate. Michelle and I were looking into Florida. We started going to Florida. We drove to Florida. We drove to Destin during the pandemic because you couldn't do anything here. You couldn't even go to the Dells. Everything was shut down, and we thought, like, what are we going to do? So we drove to Florida with 3 of the kids? Yeah, 3 of the kids. Man, anybody ever done that? So we made it. Somehow we made it. And then we looked around, and we really thought about leaving and moving, and we really looked into it. And we came back, and I said, you know, Michelle, we might be able to escape Pritzker. How many would love to get rid of Pritzker? I think we got a great shot at doing that here. And I said, you know, we could get rid of Pritzker, we could get rid of all this woke stuff in Illinois, or we could escape all of it by moving to Florida. But we're not going to escape these woke senators and woke congresspeople and these other people, these big companies that are taking over our country. Even if we move to Florida, and what if they get a different governor? Then what are we going to do? We're just moving from one place to another and waiting for it to heat up over there. We got to do something differently. And so then I got home and we started doing some research, and I looked at these races, and I heard about this. Anybody heard of the red wave? Yeah, there's supposed to be a red wave. Don't be dismayed. I mean, so being at events like this gets exciting because this makes it feel like that's possible. But I think when they're talking about the red wave, they're talking about November. And in order for there to be a red wave in November, we need exciting, dynamic, bold, steadfast leaders and representatives so that people come out to the polls in November. Because this primary election is June 28th, the Tuesday before the 4th of July. The Tuesday before maybe the biggest 4th of July in the last 3 or 4 years, right? They haven't been having parades. They haven't been throwing out candy to the kids. They haven't been doing that stuff, and it's on this year. How many are excited for 4th of July? Are you guys ready for parades and stuff? Yeah. So this is going to be the year that the 4th of July is crazy, and the election is the Tuesday before when people are traveling. And it occurred to me that the thing to do is not only replace Fire Pritzker, and there's some people, especially there's a guy coming in a bus, right, that's ready to do that. But we have to replace each and every one of these people. And the two really, really bad legislators that we have in this state are Dick Durbin and Tammy Duckworth. Now, Dick Durbin is up for election in 4 years. Tammy's up for election this year. And the GOP, anybody ever heard of the Illinois GOP? They're supposed to be this organization that actually gets the party together and puts the best people in the best spots and all that stuff. They've pretty much ignored Mr. Bailey. They've ignored myself. They've ignored a lot of candidates. The Illinois GOP said, we're not even going to bother with this United States Senate race. There's an article in the Tribune, you should check it out. They said, we're not even going to bother. We're not even going to try and find a candidate. And so I thought, well, geez. If we ever want a chance of getting Dick Durbin out, we got to get Tammy Duckworth out. How many would agree that Tammy is the weakest link out of the two of them? She doesn't show up to vote the most out of the Senate. She, when she does, her and Dick vote pretty much 99% lockstep with each other, which is pretty much 99% in lockstep with Joe Biden and that whole regime. They speak to us about their agenda instead of taking our agenda to Washington, D.C. So we need representatives, in my view, that represent children, parents, grandparents, regular people that will stand by the Constitution, that will stand up for life, that will stand up for our border, that will stand up for energy independence. And that's why we got into this. So I'm running one of 7 candidates for United States Senate. I'm at the bottom of the ballot. They say those who are last will be first. So I believe that's going to happen. And it's going to take more than just a vote or a yard sign or a shirt. And we brought yard signs and shirts. So anybody that wants a shirt, I've got a shirt for you. That's the good news. In fact, we have some of these that say, not all of them have something on the back, but these all say dump, dick, and duck on the back. And truly, so people ask me, Matt, what's the kind of legislation, what will you work on? What will be your big thing when, from a legislative standpoint? I'm running for 1 term. It's a 6-year term. I got to get in, and then we got to get out. That's what we need all these people to do. Yes. And so the only way that we're going to get that done is to start doing it and start sending people that'll do it and hold them accountable. And I will go, and then I'll leave. But more importantly, along the way, I'm going to be coming back here. Because when we needed to stand up against the school boards, I looked around and I thought, where were the other parents? Yeah, right. And it occurred to us, they couldn't speak up because they were nurses or doctors or firefighters or cops, or they were in the military and they didn't want retribution, or they didn't want to have some backlash. So we need reps that will stand up for us in Washington, D.C., and then also back here at home. So 6 years in and out, and my real true hope is that when everybody sees that this isn't flyover country, this isn't a blue state, this is a red state with grassroots Americans in it, and somebody can replace Duckworth, we get somebody in here to go and get Dick out in 4 years. And then we find the next person to replace me, and we keep the chain going, and we keep it going, and we keep it going. So that's what I'm hoping to accomplish. I could use your support, and I know that Darren can use your support, and I know Jim and all the other candidates here could use your support, and I just need to share with you what that really truly means. A vote is great. We don't want you to vote more than once. However, what we do need is each of these candidates, if you're charged up about one of them or more of them, you have such a powerful device in your pocket, okay? This is a supercomputer, it's a publishing machine, it's a television station, it's a radio station. We can reach, this is more powerful than this space shuttle that went to the moon, this computing power. And you have the ability to reach 200 people right now, minimum, via text, via email, via social media, all of those things. So what it's going to take to get this to happen for Darren Bailey, for Jim Martyr, for Matt Dubiel, for all of the candidates that you like and support, whoever they are, and I know Kit and some other local offices are coming, right? Get out and text, call, email, Facebook, whatever, everybody you know, and tell them there's an election June 28th.
and this is the person that I'm supporting, and check them out for yourself. If you do that, we have a chance. If you get a chance, go to dubielforsenate.com, and I'd love to talk with you. We'll be here for a while. I'm going to follow the motorcycle. My motorcycle is going to follow the bus to Beecher after Darren shows up. And God bless you. God bless the United States of America. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting candidates.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you so much. All right.
I grew up in Illinois. One of my best memories is listening to the radio on the way to go fishing in Braidwood with my dad. Today, I'm a dad, and I work in radio. I met my wife Michelle here in Woodridge at a restaurant we both worked at, and now we have 4 kids of our own. And we take them that same ride down I-55 to go fishing. There's one big thing that changes when we grow up and have kids: priorities. The country we grew up in was patriotic. The playbook for the American dream was clear. Go to school, get good grades, go to college, follow the golden rule, get a job, buy a house, get married, and raise a family. But it hasn't quite worked out that way. Today, criminals are the ones who are rewarded instead of achievers. Our college graduates are working as baristas, while our trades can't find enough qualified workers. Our children are taught critical race theory and early alt-sex ed while being told 2 + 2 = 5. Our government is printing and spending money, resulting in massive inflation. And the internet, which was supposed to liberate people with information, is instead being used to track and silence Americans. The truth is, America has the wrong priorities. It's up to us to get America back on track again. Because we're up against a media that lies to us, schools that teach our kids to hate themselves and our country, and corporations that have gotten so wealthy and powerful, they think they're in charge. It's time to put America first, protect our children, support parents, restore law, order, and common sense, and secure our border once and for all. Instead of pretending we can somehow fix the rest of the world, we've got to get back to our Constitution and what it stands for: we the people. My name is Matt Dubiel. I'm running to represent Illinois in the United States Senate. Because if we want our kids and grandkids to know the joy of freedom in the USA, we need the right priorities. I hope you'll join me.